Hello, dear friends. Welcome to Kardec Radio, where we're here to nourish our souls. I'm Norah, the host of this program, that's by Joanna, Angelis, and Divaldo Franco. In this amazing book, today's lesson it's a great reminder. It's a beautiful, beautiful reminder. Joanna and Divaldo say, self-knowledge becomes an urgent necessity to all who have discovered the importance of being conscious of their existence. So let us imagine ourselves, dear friends, sort of in this place, right? Almost like looking at ourselves in the mirror, and that's just connected to all that is around. What is being conscious to us? And the beautiful thing is that we're all in different stages, and it is such a beautiful system for us to really get to know us, God, and just trying to see our roles and what is life about. In the concept of self-knowledge and spiritism, it really is, friends, vital, right, in our spiritual progress, because it really refers to that understanding of our spiritual nature, our motivations, and even our actions. And through this self-reflection, we can connect our inner essence and truly recognize that spiritual path ahead. Right. And there is this urgency that Joanna says, right? So when we become conscious of our existence and spiritual beings, this self-knowledge is pressing, like we feel the need, right? Once we start, like we experience it and we want to experience more of this. And it truly allows us to break free from that material illusion and truly focus on our purpose. So without this urgency, we risk stagnating spiritually, sort of stuck in cycles of unawareness. So the role of knowledge, of self-knowledge, helps us confront our flaws and work on that personal transformation. It sort of reveals our spiritual potential and those karmic lessons that we need to learn, friends, right? So only through this self-awareness can we find peace, purpose, and connection to the divine. So just to reference Joanna's message and our thoughts, we have in the Spirit's book by Allan Kardec, Book 3, Moral Laws, right? Question 919, they asked the spirits, what is the most effective method for guaranteeing self-improvement and resisting the attraction of wrongdoing? And the spirits answer, a philosopher of antiquity once said, know thyself. And then the question A continues, but how, right? How do we know? It's so difficult. And look at the answer. This is part of the answer, dear friends. The Spirit says, do what I myself used to do during my life on earth. At the end of each day, I would assess my conscience, review everything I had done, and I would ask myself whether I had failed in some duty, whether someone might have reason to complain of me. It was thus that I arrived at knowing myself and in seeing what there was in me that needed to be reformed. If you review all your actions of the day every evening, asking yourself whether you have done good or bad, right? And praying, this is beautiful, for enlightenment from God and guardian angel, then you would acquire great strength for self-improvement because God would assist you, right? So we see here, friends, with this message that there is really some form of reliable method to assess us, right? In this spiritual connection, right? In this spiritual spectrum, because let's think of it like this. Let's consider how we judge the same action if it were done to by someone else. And if an action seems wrong in another, it's equally as wrong in ourselves, right? So it's kind of reflecting on that universal nature of God's justice, right? So this advice from Saint Augustine really emphasizes on that moral self-assessment, right? That spiritual, the spiritual arena that is the foundation to all in this human experience. So this regular introspection, right, it really does reveal unnoticed faults, but it improves that moral discernment. And when we keep asking ourselves questions, right, at night, even throughout the day, all the time, it really helps us to measure the balance of that good versus not so good within, right? So we start to really reflect on this. And then this step of becoming conscious, we understand that we are these co-creators of our destiny too, right? It's not someone outside of us, but it's a in the process kind of. It also leads us to a deeper connection with the spiritual world and our soul's evolution. So this journey is ongoing, but we know it truly is key to reaching spiritual fulfillment. Joanna is so beautiful in reminding this again. And so we can think about this image that we started and kind of let ourselves in this energy. Sometimes confronting ourselves may be a little bit difficult. There might be things, friends, that no matter how much, right, it could be painful. Maybe we made a mistake, right? But the big question is, am I going to stay stuck, or am I going to be grateful for this self-awareness and fix it, right? Do better the next time. And I think we can all agree, right, that it really, we don't want to stagnate. We want to move forward, because Joanna is saying this energy and this practice, right? It's pivotal in our lives. And, friends, as a teacher, sometimes, we all have different roles, but just to share something, dealing with students all the time, and I come at the end of the day and I'm like, oh my gosh, I should have responded differently. I should have done this, right? And that is part of the process. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, because, friends, guess what? Once we're aware, the next day, for the most part, if I'm in a similar situation, I'll remember and I'll try, right? But this can happen in anything. And that is the beauty of it, to not let the guilt, to not let all these other lower vibrational energies catch us in that moment. No, this is not a moment to be going this way, but instead to move forward, right? To keep the momentum, to not stop. And what is beautiful, friends, that without words, we can become role models, and others will also start to see, right, that energy, and they will see, there's something about that person. And those are the moments that speak louder than words. And then that's how we too can spread, right, this beautiful message of spiritism. Friends, that is today's message. Until next week, same place, same time. Let us tune into other programs here at Kardec Radio, and let us remember that we are loved. Bye, friends.